Hi, now that you have done step one and worked on your hero image, step two is next. And we're going to talk about that again. I am on the homepage homework page, and I'm going to look at step two and walk you through what you should be doing. So the first thing is contrast is really important with accessibility. Now, this is due to several reasons. You could be colorblind, you could have visual impairments, but either way, there are guidelines to help your contrast or your text colors have the right contrast so they're more readable. So the first thing is we have an image color picker tool right here. They also have color extensions for tools. So I already opened this here. And what this allows you to do is you can upload any image you see. So say you take a screenshot of a website that you like and you want to know the colors on it, you upload it here, and then you move your mouse around and it's telling you what the colors are. So if I wanted this kind of yellow color and then I click on it with my mouse, look on the right, this has changed to what I picked. There again, there it is. I don't know why that one's changing back, but it's grabbing two colors. But I can grab these codes. Right here is a hex code. So when you deal with Experience Cloud, there's hex codes and RGB codes. You'll use both. And for some reason, if maybe you only had the hex code and you need it in RGB format, so let's copy that. We have a tool that we link to called the color converter tool right here. And I'm going to paste in the hex code I just had. And what it now has done is changed it into an RGB if I need it. There are other formats here, but if you need to go from one to the other, you can do that. And so say I only had the RGB code, there we go. And it's going to give me the hex code color. So those are tools that are going to help you find your colors, but then once you find your colors, you need to see if they meet accessibility guidelines with this contrast checker tool. There's a screenshot, but let's go over here. So what I've done is I have pasted in a color here. I had a hex value, and this is where you may need to convert an RGB code to hex value because that's all they take. And I plugged it in here. And what you're going to see is it's going to tell me if it fails or passes. Right now I'm failing. Now, say I really still want this purple color. What can I do to make it pass? Let's change the background color. As I move this toggle up, you see those start passing on the bottom? All the way until I go here. So right now this is telling me this is only accessible on this bright white. And I would do this with all my colors and find the colors that pass. And then you're going to go down here and follow these directions about colors on the home page. So let's just click on home. And once I'm here, because I want to access the components, I'm going to hit back to builder so I can do that. I'm going to click up where I had my hero image here to open up this panel on the right. And then I'm going to go to content because that is where the colors are set for the color, this right here. And already I have gone in and just changed them to white, but for purposes of the video, you're going to go in and you're going to kind of find those colors you like and see if it works with the background that you picked. And we talked about that in the last one. There's a little shadow around it. I could do that. But adjust those colors until they're accessible on your image. And the other part or the other place you can adjust colors, of course, is in your menu. Now, if I click on the menu inside this component, it doesn't give me the options I need. I'm actually going to click just outside the menu here, colors. And right now what I'm seeing, this red, is very difficult to read. So just as an example, I'm going to pull this over here and change it to white. And you can just paste your RGB code in there too if you want. And now that looks more accessible. So these are things that you're going to work on for step two.